like a key.
The way you are holding it in your hand. Press strongly on the upper part with your thumb.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, it sure looks like a key now. And what is it this sacred key opens?
It is the key to the sacred Hopi crypt.
The sacred crypt? And where is this crypt?
Right across from our village, on the highest peak, on the other side of the Great Canyon, where Istarok places his first ray at dawn.
Oh. And could you tell me how to get to the Hopi Village?
The sacred key went to you, so your destiny is to reach the sacred crypt. What path to follow? The path of knowledge, no doubt.
Well, I think there's something I should tell you. You see, the truth is that this key is not mine. Hey!
Breakfast included.
He disappeared! Now, how did he leave without me noticing? Just like when he came. Feeling sorry is not the answer. That's easy to say. But I feel I can't move one step now that Gina's... Well, he's right. The only thing I can do for Gina now is continue on the mission that brought us here. I owe it to her. Now I know the crucifix is actually the key to a crypt. If I manage to find the Hopi Village, I'll be able to enter that sacred crypt. And I'll probably find an explanation for this whole mystery there. So, let's hop to it.
You mean hoppy to it?
Great. I have a good view of the whole area from here. Let's see.
Oh, no.
Looks like there's a small town over there. I'll go see if I can find someone who knows about the Hopi Village. Wow. This place looks like something out of a John Ford movie. You've got your hotel, your sheriff's office, the typical saloon from the Old West, and there's even an old derailed steam-powered locomotive at the end of town. Wait! Stop! Don't shoot!
Who are you, and what are you doing in my town? And put up your hand so I can see them.
Hey, hold your horses. I've come in peace. Look, my name is Brian, and I'm a bit lost around here. Can you help me out?
Well, okay. I guess you're not lying. Come in and we can chat.
How does she know he's not lying? Maybe he is lying.
So, you say you're lost, huh? Well, maybe you can tell me how you got here then.
Well, the truth is, I'm not totally lost. I'm trying to find a Hopi village that used to be inhabited somewhere in this region. I came into this town hoping to find information on its exact location.
The Hopi Village. Are you an archaeologist or something like that?
No, I know nothing about archaeology. I need to find it for another reason.
You don't look like an archaeologist, to tell you the truth. Though I suppose they don't all carry whips and wear hats.
Oh, give it a rest, please. Do you know where that Hopi village is or not?
This may sound strange, but the history of this town, Douglasville, is very closely related to the history of that Hopi village.
Really? In what way? Please explain.
Well, it's kind of a long story. Okay, well, here it goes. This village was founded by my great-grandfather, James Theodore Douglas. He was the owner of a gold mine nearby, and in the beginning, Douglasville was nothing more than a mining camp. But it grew bit by bit until turning into a flourishing town. Everyone was prosperous thanks to the huge profits of the mine, and my great-grandfather even got the railroad to run through Douglasville. However, something happened that tragically changed the town's fate. The mine and the mine shafts just kept growing and growing until one of them, the one with the largest vein of gold, bumped into something totally unexpected. The Hopi Village!
Really? So what happened?
The inevitable. The Indians weren't willing to let white men ravage their lands. And J.T. Douglas wasn't the kind of man who would give up a fortune just because some Indians got in his way, so there was a bloodbath. It looked pretty bad for the Indians. They didn't have much to fight with, and a lot of them died. But then, something amazing changed everything. The Hopi tribe's medicine man came into Douglasville one morning at dawn, stood in the middle of town, and cast a terrible spell on it, the mine, and all the white men that might try to take over Hopi lands. They killed him on the spot, but not before the curse took effect.
What do you mean by that? What happened?
The mine inexplicably ran out of gold overnight, and not one more nugget of gold was ever taken out. The people in town started to catch a strange disease that the doctor couldn't cure. Whole families were driven out of Douglasville in fear, trying to get away from the curse. The final straw was when the train derailed. It went out of control through the town, destroying everything in its path. Its last obstacle was the Douglasville Bank, which it plowed into like a wild buffalo. As you might suspect, J.T. Douglas owned the bank, too. That's where he was sitting in his fancy red French armchair brought in straight from Paris when 50 tons of iron flattened him. Once my great-grandfather had died, the few people left in town were hot on their heels to get out of Douglasville, making it a ghost town.
That's a fascinating story. And you say you're the great-granddaughter of this J.T. Douglas?
Yes, I am. By the way, my name is Sushi Douglas. And this town is really mine. The deed to it has been passed down from generation to generation until reaching me. And I was the first person to use it a year and a half ago. I came here to live with 2 friends, Kevin and Rutger. But up to then, it was completely abandoned.
The 3 of you live here alone? No way! Wow, Sushi. I can see you're really informed about the history of the region. So, I bet you can indicate the way to the remains of the Hopi Village, right?
Well, actually, I can't. The mine was sealed when all that stuff I told you about happened, and from the outside, I have absolutely no idea how to reach the Hopi Village.
So, do you think I could get to the Hopi Village by going through the mine?
If you knew the directions to follow through the mine shafts, you surely could.
Do you know your way through the mine shafts to reach the Hopi Village?
Me? Not a chance. I've never gone into that old mine.
I thought you might have an old map of the mine.
No, I don't have any maps of it. Let me think. I guess that if a map exists, it would be in the town bank. Probably inside the safe.
Do you really think the mine ran dry because of the Hopi medicine man's curse?
Well, I neither believe it nor deny it. What I do know is that the mine ran out of gold, even though such a thing seemed totally impossible days before. Not something very normal, don't you think?
Could you tell me the whole story of Douglasville and the Hopi Village all over again?
Again? Well, it's kind of a long story. Okay, well, here it goes. This village was founded by my but it grew. However, the mine, the hope,
Really? So what happened?
the inevitable, the Indians, and JT, it looked pretty. But then, the Hopi, they killed
What do you mean by what happened?
the mine, the people, and whole family. The final, as you might once my...
Don't click on that.
Why did Kevin, Rutger, and you come live out here?
It was my idea. I felt the need for total isolation so I could devote myself to my greatest passion. They had similar concerns. So here we are.
So, what's your passion?
Computers and the whole world of technology surrounding them. I'm pretty good at it, you know?
I'm going to continue on my search. Thanks for all your help, Sushi. See you later.
See ya, and good luck.
Where were we going? The bank?
Whoa! The bank sure is a mess. I see the locomotive really wrecked the place when it derailed and smashed into the bank. It's pretty old, but I bet it could be fixed. Don't tempt fate. The legs are worn out and might not hold up the weight. It's really old. Probably stopped working a long time ago. It'd make for a lovely decorative antique if someone cleaned it up. It's open now. The drawer is slid out, but there's not a single penny. This is really run down. All I see are old papers covered in dust. Then there's that metallic object down there. I really don't see anything useful, though that metallic object could come in handy. Okay, I'll take it. Whoa, this looks like a stapler. Quite rudimentary it is. Definitely a model from the 19th century. I'd better take the staples that were lying next to the stapler. They look similar to the rivets used by cobblers.
So we're going to have to repair a shoe. Well, I do have to admit, they do kind of give you enough clues and hints to make it through the game.
I bet this was J.T. Douglas's desk. B.D. Bank of Douglasville, I suppose. A big piece of the floor is missing. A blunt object must have fallen down and made that hole.
Clear?
I don't see why I would want to go in there. Let's see. Way at the end, I see a cell and... I can't believe my eyes. There's... a dead body! Oh, man! That guy must have been rotting away for 100 years. I wonder whether that poor devil died inside there, or if he'd already kicked the bucket before they stuck him in there. It's locked shut. Must be for that stove over there. All right. I don't think anyone will need them to light up the stove. 5 nice logs. Might come in handy.
5 nice logs.
An old frayed hat, a couple of pages from an old newspaper, and an oil lamp. Nothing of this will help me out.
All of it will help you out.
I'm not interested in that.
Okay.
This must have been a supply wagon, because it has some sort of strap attached to an iron ring at the edge. And there are more similar rings at each end of the wagon on both sides. I bet the strap passed through all of those rings over the goods to keep them from moving around on those dusty, bumpy old roads. It's tied to one of the iron rings. I can't tear it off. Okay, let's make a real Clint Eastwood entrance. Hey, how cool. An automatic door opening system. And they say the Old West was wild and dangerous. Wow. This looks like a botanical garden.
Botanical Garden.
It's got dirt inside, but nothing has been planted in it. Okay. Maybe I'll find something to plant in it.
Feed me, Seymour.
I remember a similar plant from a movie I once saw, and it was carnivorous. Huh? And walk around with a meat-eating plant in my pocket? No thanks. Let's see what I find here. It's a sort of shed stocked with a wide range of gardening tools. Seeds, tools, chemicals, that kind of stuff. Let's see. These pruning shears may be of use. Hey, pal.
Hi, who are you?
My name's Brian Basco.
I'm Kevin, but everyone calls me Saturn. Nice to meet you, BB.
BB?
Those are your initials, right? I could just tell you go by BB right away. It was logical, what with your name.
Well, to tell you the truth, no one's ever caught.
So tell me, BB, you planning on moving to these parts? Have you spoken with Sushi about this? What kind of artist are you?
No, I don't plan on staying. I'm just passing through.
Oh, well, that's something unusual, isn't it? I mean, not many people come around here just for the heck of it.
Well, I'm trying to find the remains of a Hopi village.
The old Indian village? Yeah, I've heard of it.
Do you have any idea where exactly it might be located?
Actually, I don't, which is odd because I'm quite familiar with the area. I often go out exploring to find raw materials for my inventions, and I've never come across the slightest sign of that Hopi Village.
Do you know of anyone who could tell me the story of that village?
Let me think. I don't know. I think Sushi may have some documents from her great-grandfather. They might mention the Hopi Village. Of course, Rutger hasn't got a clue, although you never know. And, Mama Dorita could know something.
That story about Sushi owning Douglasville is true then, huh?
Oh yes, the whole town belonged to her great-grandfather. Then it was passed down from generation to generation until Sushi inherited it from her father. I met Sushi on the internet through a chat room. We got along really well and became friends quite fast. When she proposed the idea of moving away to this town to live at peace with our creative spirits, well, I didn't think twice.
I haven't met Rutger yet.
Well, he's out of town. He told me he was going on an expedition in search of plants and roots. When you meet him, you'll see what a swell guy he is. He joined up with us to move out here so he could devote himself fully to his great passion, botanical gardening.
What do you know about Mama Dorita?
Well, I've only seen her on one occasion. I got her to give me an appointment to see if she could do something about my lack of inspiration. It didn't work. According to her, I lacked faith. But really, I didn't think swallowing a live spider bathed in coyote brains was going to solve my problems.
That thing you're working on is totally interesting.
This ensemble? I assure you it's not one of my best works. My inspiration hasn't been up to par lately, you know? I just don't seem to be getting any ideas.
Listen, about the Hopi village I'm looking for,
Yes, what is it?
do you know any descendants of the Hopis that live around here?
No, not a one. Though, yes, wait. I remember that Rutger told me he found a Hopi Indian in the middle of the desert one day. He said it was a very old man covered with wrinkles who claimed to be the last of the Hopi chiefs. But knowing Rutger, I wouldn't be surprised if he'd hallucinated the whole scene.
This workshop's impressive. I see that besides an artist, you're quite an inventor.
Yes, I like to think of myself as a modern-day Leonardo da Vinci. I combine art and science in my creations because both combined are my whole raison d'etre.
I'll let you get back to your work, Saturn. Au revoir.
Adieu.
The tank is pretty large. It must hold at least 50 gallons. I don't want to waste any water. Pretty big, at least 10 pounds. I don't know why I'd want it. Anyway, I'd have to ask Saturn for it first. What is this thing? Maybe it's some sort of scale. Or perhaps a cart for moving heavy items. I really can't tell. I better not touch it. Something tells me I'll screw something up. Let's see how in the world this works. Whoa!
Hey, what have you done? Get your hands off my catapult.
Sorry, I didn't know what it was.
Well, the next time you don't know what something is, don't touch it. You wasted a whole unopened bucket of paint. Damn the day I decided to build that catapult.
Hey, chill out, dude. I won't touch anything else.
I hope not.
I bet.
This is a small town. Just one wide road lined by buildings on both sides and a couple of small side streets between them. It's too high. I'd rather go down the way I came.
Fine. We'll go down that way. Oh, it came in that way. Oh. Where does he get the money for all his supplies, and where does he get his supplies? Bet you didn't know about that when you were younger either, did you?